lots of them.
Just one right now.
Probably the one where reconciliation. I was I was going to pray for our diocese. I was in an Episcopal church, and I was going to pray for our diocese, and I'd gotten our bishop to agree to it, and so we had set up a reconciliation at a church and everything, and so I was going to pray, and so I was doing the soup kitchen at our church, and I didn't feel good. And so I started getting kind of dizzy, and I went and sat down, and the guy that was serving with me was an EMT guy. He says, "You don't look good."
Okay.
And I said, "Yeah, I don't feel good." And he says, "Well," I said, I just, my stomach doesn't feel good." Anyway, long story short, went into the bathroom and bled a lot.
Really?
So they called the ambulance, and I went to the hospital, and I was heaving blood, and I mean filling up buckets like that, and they were giving me transfusions and all that stuff. Anyway, so when I was in the hospital, they found out what it was, and I got out of the hospital. But while I was in the hospital, one of the priests had called me and said, we've postponed this. Now that you're in the hospital, we've postponed this thing. It was going to be on Wednesday.
The reconciliation.
Yeah, and so I went home, and I was out in the garden, and I was praying, and I said, "Lord, I'm so sorry. We had to postpone your reconciliation." And just as clear as a bell, he says, "I didn't postpone it." And I went, "Whoa, what?" He says, "I didn't postpone it." So I went in the house, and my daughter hears from the Lord real well, and so I said, "Jenny, go back and check and just see what you get from the Lord." And she comes out and she goes, "Pop, we're supposed to go do the reconciliation." And so we did, just Jenny and I, and it was very powerful. It was similar to what happened with that. But that was the time where, I wasn't expecting that. That was not something you hear from the Lord.
Right.
And it was just as clear as a bell. I didn't postpone it. And so, that was
Real confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we went and did
I'm
it.
there with you. I'm going to be not going anywhere.
Exactly. So that was kind of a
Great
spot.